have a couple of book groups at the Church of the Assumption. And one of them, we were discussing Dorothy Day. At the end of one of the sessions, somebody raised the question about whether or not Dorothy Day and Thomas Merton had ever actually met. People knew that they had corresponded, but no one was certain whether they'd physically met each other. So I went home, got on the trusty computer, and Googled, did Thomas Merton and Dorothy Day ever meet? And lo and behold, the Hoover's website came up. I looked at it and I was absolutely fascinated. Here were a couple of people in Southern California who had studied extensively the correspondence of both Thomas Merton and Dorothy Day, and they'd worked out this scriptural play. And I thought, well, isn't this a wonderful thing? So we're terribly excited, especially the recent bishop's promotion of Dorothy Day. So we're just happy. I'm looking forward. I hope a lot of people come. I think it's going to be an absolutely wonderful presentation.
And I began to go to Mass regularly on Sunday mornings. You see, I was so aware of the love and beauty in my life that I needed to give thanks. Because I was grateful for love. I was grateful for life.
We used to give talks about Merton and Dorothy Day, lectures and workshops. And we decided that there's something different engaged in people if you're giving a lecture and talking about Thomas Merton or Dorothy Day as like a third party. It's different than when you show up as the person speaking from that person to the audience. It engages a kind of dialogical, conversational energy, which is much more intimate than talking about one of these figures. So that's why we started developing these plays. The great desire for God, the desire for prayer, has been at the heart of everything else in my life. It's been the desire within every other desire, the longing within every other longing of my life.
Our goal is that we want Dorothy and Thomas's message to be out, that we think the world needs to hear that message, particularly their message about war and peace, more than probably ever. And so we want to bring them to life for people.